Hi everyone, it's Uska, the Craftsy Penguin. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if it's your first time here. Today it's time for another Craftsy, mostly crochet update. And it's, if you're new here, this is just a Craftsy vlog of mine. So I will be updating you on the stuff that I made recently or that is in progress. First of all, I have a thing finished, and it's the virus shawl. And this is the final product. I've already worn it a bit. I posted about it on my Instagram, so if you've seen it, you were the first to see it, because I just didn't have the time to make the video where no one would be, you know, at home in frame who I don't want to be in frame, meaning my kiddos and their noises, of course. So this is the finished shawl, and I have to say I like it a lot. This is from the Craftsy yarn, cake yarn, which I believe, I have lost the label, but I believe it's 100% cotton, and it is really comfy, and it's nice for this sort of like springish weather that we are getting, but it's still kind of cold, you know, in the mornings, in the evenings, all of that. And now I'm really not sure about the fiber content, and I have to check it on my Ravelry because it would just bug me if I said it all wrong. So I'm going into my stash at Ravelry, and where is it? Yarn Art Flowers is similar but different. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Floxy. Oh, I don't have the information in here. Wow. How is that possible? Interesting. Do I have a label photographed somewhere? Wow, I don't. Okay, excuse me a bit. We're gonna search for Hip. Oops. Floxy. It's not easy like this, but yep, that's the one. It's not 100% cotton, I'm sorry. It's 55% cotton and 45% acrylic. It doesn't feel like that. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, my life was a lie. No. So yeah, it's almost half and a half cotton and acrylics, but it really doesn't feel like that. The colorful made shop ones that I use as well are half and half as well, and in those you can like feel the different feel of acrylics. This one feels very much like cotton. But this was a thing that I made partially because I wanted to compare it with one of my very first crochet makes after I started crocheting, you know, as an adult. And that was the same pattern in Alizabella Batik, which is 100% cotton. And the old one looks like this. So you can see the holes are much bigger in this one. The stitches, I'll show you the new one in a bit. The stitches are looser, much more loose than in the new one. I'll show you the new one here. See? And it is made by the same hands with the same hook, the exact same hook, not just the same size, the exact same hook, because I have a picture of me, not me making, but from making the first one where the hook is, you know, laid on the table. So I know which hook this one was made with, so I used the same one for this one. And I made this short clip of both of the shawls laid on top of each other so that you can see the size comparison. So let's insert this now. This is it. This is the size comparison. See? Same size. Same size, but there are what, like 18 repeats in the pink one, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the old one. That's fun. And you can see that they're almost the same size. This one is really stretchy, but they are just laid flat, the same size almost. There's like few centimeters, maybe just a centimeter difference on one side. You can also tell that they are a bit asymmetric. One side of them is like longer than the other on both of them, so it means that somehow the rows fold that way, that I make one side longer. Maybe that's the starting chain somehow, I don't know. But yeah, it just works out that way. But there is a difference, not in size, but in weight and in the number of repeats, as I mentioned in the short section there. This one weighs 151 grams, which is like 3 balls of the small Alisabella batiks. And I had, I believe, 2 more or 1 more that I didn't use when I was making this one because it already felt big enough, and it was. So this one is just 151 grams and 10 repeats, which is very easy to count with the virus shawl because you can see, you can see it better on the new one. The first repeat is just this one scallop, and the second one has 2 scallops on each side of the triangle, and the third one has 3, and so on and so on. So the number of repeats equals the number of the scallops on one side of the triangle. So this one has 10 repeats in it, and this one has 18. And this one weighs 247 grams. Yes, I have a note on my table here. It's almost the whole yarn cake. I have like, I don't know, 7 grams remaining. There was a tiny bit over 250 grams in this yarn cake, just tiny bit. So this is almost the whole yarn cake, and it is 247 grams. So it's almost 100 grams heavier than the old one. So you can see it's all in the tension that I used. I made this really loosely and I made this really tightly, and it made all the difference in the shawls. So yeah, but I'm not using this one, and I probably won't use it much because it's too loose for me. It's too holy. So maybe sometimes, you know, as just an accessory, I don't know, for something. But I like the colors, but yeah, the holes are too big for me. So I'm now using this one. I love it. The colors are perfect. Also, you can see where the half point was on the yarn cake, because it's just 3 colors, you know, meshing together. So half was with the first color and half was with the second color. So half was with the neonish blue and the other half was with the neon pink. So you can see with the triangle shape of the shawl how far one half of the yarn cake goes, and then the other half makes just this, you know, smaller part, but same in, you know, the surface area. So that's really funny. I wanted to know if it's like a third of it. That was my guess, but it's not. It's not a whole third. What I'm trying here is, you know, folding. It's almost a third. So half of the yarn cake makes 2/3, you know, of the triangle, and the other half makes the rest when we are counting this, you know, side as a measurement. this, you know, crochet mathematics that I often do are like, some people just don't think about this, and I get that absolutely, but my brain has questions, so I'm looking for the answers. So this is the virus shawl. I'm really happy about it. I have the remainder of the pink somewhere over here. This is what is remaining of the yarn cake, and it's not gonna focus. It's just this really tiny Hello Cat, tiny little pink ball of scrap, which I'm not sure what I'm going to use for, but there are some plans for the scraps, we'll see. So yeah, that's one shawl finished, and I'm really happy about it. And I had this almost crunch when I was just working on this. You know, I just dove into it, and I had these other projects, and I just didn't stop for those. I just continued on the shawl and kept, you know, checking off sort of the color changes when there was a new pink coming into the mix. I was like, yeah, new color. So yeah, that's I just do that. So when I finished it and washed it by hand and blocked it, I started, you know, using it, wearing it, and it really holds well. And at that point, I was like, what now? Also, yeah, one last remark with this. I'll get to the what now in a bit. I managed to find the edging style, the pattern for that, same as I used all those years ago with this. So it's the same kind of edging, but it looks different because of the tension of the stitches. Also, when I was doing this, the last few rows, I made a few videos of me making the stitches, and I plan to make this shortish, you know, sort of tutorial video of the basic virus scallop stitches. So if you're interested in that, keep watching, you know, this space, because I will have a separate video for that, just explaining what stitches go in there, not the whole pattern. You know, that one will be linked everywhere. It's now the best one is published at Hobby, I believe, and it's this one, the same one. So I'll explain in that short video just the, you know, basic scallop, how one scallop is done. That's it. So that will come, I believe, soon. So yeah, now what? When I finished those, well, this one, I was like considering, you know, just jumping into the other shawl that I had started already, and I will show you that in a bit. But I wanted something like short-term, quicker, something that would be finished in maybe a few days, but then something that I could just work on when I'm not working on this bigger thing. Thing is, the shawl and the new one, newish one, is a thing that I'm also taking with me in my backpack when I'm going somewhere and I have some downtime somewhere when I can work on it. I even worked on the newish one in a tram, going from work home, and that was quite fun. But the other work is not something small that I could take with me somewhere, because the yarn balls for that are like this big, and there are 3 of them. And you might remember those from my stash video, that was pretty recent. And the thing that I'm making is a cowl to match the stuff that I made for Maddie. The wrist warmers, mittens, something. The wavy bi-flag colored, you know, mitts that have this wavy pattern, the chocolatier mitts. Chocolatier, yeah. The chocolatier mitts that I made for Maddie. I want to match this cowl to those, so that's why I'm making this wavy pattern, but in double crochet. The mitts are in single crochet. So I'm making this cowl, and it's meant to be like folded on your neck, so it's gonna have the pattern going this way. And I have about 7 repeats to make, so I have almost 2 of them done now. And I also want to make a really short and simple tutorial for this easy, super easy wavy pattern, so with the ridge, because there is a ridge to it. I'm not sure if that was visible. See? It's a bit 3D. I'm not sure how much it shows, but it is a bit 3D. And I just want to show this in a separate video again, because it's really simple, 2 rows repeat, and almost just 1 row, you know, but there is a change in those 2 rows. And it uses the foundation double crochet rows, so I'll maybe also explain that, because the foundation row instead of the foundation chain is something that just changes the projects. I tried it with chains at the start, but it just didn't want to, you know, curve and bend as I wanted to. So I went with the foundation row, although it is a bit more difficult, or, you know, you need to pay a bit more attention to the first row. But it worked amazingly, it helped. So yeah, I'm happy with this, and I'm looking forward to finishing this pretty soon, pretty quickly, and be able to send it to Maddie. Although it is not the season for a cowl now, but well, she'll use it come autumn and winter. Unfortunately, that's gonna be quite soon again. Why is most of the year colder than the rest? I know it works like that, but I like the warm weather. So yeah, okay. Anyways, this is the smallish project, and I haven't touched the mom's cardigan. It still looks like it did. I can show you, but there was literally no progress on this. It still looks like a vest. But I still like it so much, and I'm looking forward to continuing on this and giving it sleeves, and then the lapels and collar or something, and the button band. And I also want to do a series of, you know, smallish, shortish videos about the stitches that I used in this. So that might be this kind of like a sampler playlist of stitches, because it's a sampler cardigan. It's something I really could call a sampler cardigan. I like that. But the thing that I was working on today and yesterday, and maybe even the day before, but not before that, the thing that I started anew, although there was already a bit of it made. So now I didn't unravel anything. I just continued, you know, after quite a long time. The thing is, and yeah, there is a stitch marker, so yeah, I can show it without risking it unraveling. It's the calendar shawl. It's the calendar shawl, and I know it looks quite white. The white part on camera looks pretty white, and I was worried about that, but it changes into the purple so quickly that I'm now not worried about it. And I'm really happy with how it's looking. And again, there are ridges with the back post double crochets, which I'm not sure it shows really on the camera, but it's really quite 3D, and I really like that. So yeah, this is how it looks, and I'm so happy with it already. And we are not yet even at the half point of the yarn cake, because this is how the yarn cake looks. Oh, it's still gonna focus on my face. Okay, this is better. This is how the yarn cake looks now. And the half point is only where the white stops. But I think it shows the light purple as sort of white. So you can see here, there is just one white strand in this layer of the cake. And if I sort of move the strands a bit here, that's nice. Okay, you can see there is the first layer of the lighter purple with the sort of darker purple. So when I get there, we are at the halfway point of the shawl and of the yarn cake. And yes, again, that's something that I am like watching when I'm making something from a yarn cake. So yeah, we are getting there. It's growing quite quickly now. And this one also has the nice thing about it that the number of the leaves or waves in each of the repeats equals the number of repeats. So I'm now at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th repeat, and there is 10 of those, leaf patterns. So yeah, I quite like that. It pleases my brain that it works like that. So this is the state of the calendar shawl. This is my work in progress along with the cowl. So that's the state of the business. I'm keeping the cowl here on my table to just work on while watching videos at home and all of that. Also considering videos. Have you seen the architecture ones? I know they're in Czech. I know the subtitles are not as great as I hoped for, the automatic ones, so I'll try to fix those and make some edits to those when I find out how to do that. It should be pretty easy, but those are my videos in Czech. Those are experimental. Those are my walks through the city, just noticing interesting architecture, interesting art in the streets. And I'll be sharing more of those. I have 1 or 2 more of them sort of ready. I have the footage. I need to edit those, of course. But the first one was quite popular and viewed, and the second one really flopped. So if you haven't seen the second one, go back, watch that. If you're Czech, please go watch it. It's easier for you to understand, of course. And of course they are Pragocentric. I live in Prague. I love Prague architecture, and it's the most I know the most about Czech and Prague architecture and arts. So yeah, that's what I have this from ages ago, but I have this tour guide certificate for Prague and for general tourist guided groups, stuff, but mostly for Prague. So long way to say there are more of these coming, and I know it's something different. I know it might be better to post them elsewhere on another channel or something, but it really would hurt me to work on 2 channels at a time, and I think my brain would just boil. It wouldn't be great for me. So please Just keep with me. If you prefer the Craftsy videos, just watch those. If you prefer the architecture art one, watch those. Let me know that I should continue with those, because I don't know right now. And also I have this slight health issue that right now prevents me from walking too much. I have a physiotherapy booked for me to solve this, but for now I'm keeping it easy and trying not to walk as much, because I love walking. I prefer walking through the city than taking even the surface transports. So, and I prefer the surface transports to metro. So I'm trying to limit myself with walking now, and it's better, sort of, but I want to walk again. I want to walk a lot, and I want to do these videos from the walks. So I hope this is gonna get solved. Pray for me, please, or cross your fingers, or I don't know, ask whatever deities that you worship to help me, because I really want to return to more walking and to the walking videos. So yeah, I believe that's about it. I can see that I've already talked for quite a long time, so I'll let you go. I'm really happy that you decided to spend this time with me, and I'll be really happy if you liked or commented the video, and maybe share it even if you have someone who might be interested in this. And I'm looking forward to making another one for you, and there is more progress with my crochet or other craftsy stuff. So for now, have a great time, enjoy crafting, enjoy creating, and enjoy the colors. Goodbye! Oh yes, and a PS, what is on the t-shirt? Citroses instead of psychosis. So yeah, that is a t-shirt from Pukuksumusu, which is a Basque brand, and I don't know how it's pronounced, but I now have a book to learn Basque, and I want to learn Basque Euskara. So maybe next year I will tell you how it's pronounced correctly. Bye!